it was just a good partner. Their neighbors 18 miles up the road, and we work together. Even, Alex feeds a lot of animals, and we're good on that side. But the relationship really worked. Me and my wife Kate, we handle all the online sales and social media and things like that. But Alex handles all the processing, getting that lined up, the cut sheets, all that stuff, and the billing. The important stuff. Sales are obviously the most important thing. But if you have nothing to sell, it doesn't matter if you can't get the processing. So that is the biggest challenge in today's age, is getting the processing.
And have you developed a partnership there with a processor in particular, or is that kind of a constant looking around?
So that we started out with 2 different processors in the Black Hills, and we just they had such demand that we really couldn't get the consistency. We have to have consistency and quality, and we just couldn't get it. And they, why would they want to mess with bison when they could just, go process some beef or some pork that their guys are used to? So we did find a relationship over east. It's quite a ways away, and with a guy who support, he's the kind of guy that he was looking for someone like us, somebody that could bring. I mean, we're not doing volume by any means, but we're bringing in more than 1 or 2 at a time, and we're having them all, process the same. We definitely have a good relationship with him, and we are cultivating that as we speak. Something we've also been working on for a year and a half is, trying to find somebody to partner with to build a processing facility. Obviously that's a lot more challenging. It's that us trying to run a processing facility would be like somebody who owns a processing facility trying to ranch bison. It doesn't fit. So we've been working on that for quite a while, but you need someone with that wheelhouse experience. We actually bought a building. We bought the Budweiser distribution building in Chamberlain, South Dakota. And so, we're looking at trying to turn that into a processing facility, but there's just a lot of hoops to jump through. You don't know what you don't know. So we're taking her slow. We're trying to find something that fits.
How do you finance all this stuff, Scott?
So that's been the toughest part of all of this. We were fortunate enough to sell beef cattle to start our bison herd. So that was kind of a trade. But then the thing that really put a dent in is, sure, we bought young animals, and that, that's what everyone told us to do. So that, if you buy an old bison cow, as soon as she gets to your place, she's just going to want to head home because she thinks home is where she was born at. So we bought young animals. We did that, but also bison breed until they're 2-year-old. They don't have a calf till they're 3-year-old. And the other thing is, when you're buying animals from your son, you have to have a lot more inventory. As you run others right now, but that's just, you're just working through, we're trying to get tighter on our pay period. I can see, you always want to, disparage the processors, like, why don't I get a check right now? And now you understand why. That meat's got to be sold. Things get tight. And so Alex, he works on that a lot. Working the numbers, and also our processing costs. It just when you're not going at the massive scale that the big guys are going at, it's not efficient to process animals that way. All those challenges, and distribution. It sounds awesome, shipping meat in the mail directly to someone's door, but fuel's going up, the price of styrofoam's going up, the price of boxes are going up. Getting it delivered to somebody's house is a lot different story. We now have 3 freezer trucks that we're making deliveries in. So that was a huge leap. you know, you got to move a lot of meat to pay off the freezer trucks. So that's what we're focused on right now. But our customers have been awesome. They want local products, South Dakota Race Project. You know, you say sustainable, and that's a buzzword right now. Sustainable is, but it doesn't, you know, what's really sustainable is being able to continue to do it year after year after year. So that is what sustainable is. It doesn't matter how awesome it sounds. If you can't make money doing it, it really doesn't matter, you know. So
Yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna jump to Callie because she said something very similar, Scott.
Yep.
Callie, this is about quality. This is about knowing where your food comes from. Isn't that where you're finding that market?
Correct. Yeah. If people want to know where their food comes from, and the biggest part of that is backing it with good quality meat. You can't just be selling them, you know, anything off the farm, you know, something broke a leg or something like that. That is what will get me fired up. It has to be quality meat that is sustainable. And, you know, you need to be very efficient across the board with your cuts being the same. Like Scott was mentioning, the cuts need to be consistent. The marbling needs to be consistent. Your labeling and your story, that needs to be shared as well. So that's a big part of it, of what we're really focusing on. So of these 10 steers that we had this year, there were 2 sires in that group that we used, and only one was a different sire. So 9 of them were very consistent in who they were sired by, which was able to show us on the carcass side of things, you know, was that the right option for us? Should we do that same crossing again? And then also what we're trying to look into is what cows are we going to use for this side of our operation? You know, which ones are the cattle that are going to be good at continually making bulls for us to market each spring, and which ones will be better for making us these marketable fat steers.
Yeah. So are you concerned about the cost of styrofoam or things like that keeping you up at night?
A little bit, yeah. So, you know, the cost of styrofoam, the cost of shipping on its own, no matter what you're shipping, is expensive. Dry ice, all of those things. So, I mean, you look into options of, if you're shipping to people, you know, do you have some sort of a return policy so that they send you those materials back, like the liners you use for the boxes or anything? It all really just comes down to, I think, what level you're playing on. And so that's where you really have to watch your finances. So yeah, those are things that are not only the expense keeping me up at night, but finding those products and having a good supply.
Yeah. Scott, what keeps you up at night? I mean, besides the styrofoam thing.
Oh, what keeps me up at night? There's a lot of those things that do, but it's definitely, you know, becoming more efficient. Right now, we're not efficient at all. You know, we're just not, you know, economies of scale. Becoming more efficient, you know, and, you know, that just comes with more sales. You're just learning, finding a good distributor. That's one thing we don't have yet. We're looking for. And just like how the prices of everything, you know, like our dry ice is going up, everything's going up. The cost of shipping, the holiday season's coming. And processing, you know, I mean, there's, you know, it's just happened western part of the state. They're a local processor that processes a lot of animals locally for people. Out there, the owner had some health concerns, and it's just that stopped. So the processing slots are huge. It's everything. You know, get an animal processed. So, but yeah, that's what Callie said. Quality. We only send primes out. That's just what we do. That's our promise. You know, and that's rare. You know, to have a prime bison is rare. You know, there's not that many bison in the world. There's only 50,000 bison in the world. And of those, how many are prime? Not very many. So yeah, that's what we focus on, you know, consistency. That's what people want. You know, if you don't have that, you don't really have anything. So.
Yeah. So you look at the holiday season coming up. I'll start with Scott on this question, and then we'll move to it to Callie. You see the holiday season coming up. This could be good for you, right?
Yes, absolutely. We're we're running holiday specials starting I think next week. We were already sending out emails to people saying, hey, get your orders out now. You know, a lot of meat companies, they quit shipping all through the holiday season just because it's such a disaster, you know, on shipping. I don't think we're going to do that, especially with our meat sticks that we now come out with. People are just loving those. And you don't have to worry about dry ice. You don't have to worry about them getting crushed by the FedEx guy. Yeah, we're ramping it up. And, you know, we're also new, especially on the wholesale side of things. You know, for us, nothing's slowing down. You know, normally bison sales slow down in the winter months. Well, for us, they really, you know, we're so new and we're small, so we're just growing, you know. And yeah, we're pushing our marketing to our grocery stores, you know, all across the state. But yeah, for the online deal, we'll ramp up here towards holidays. But for us, it's odd, you know. We depend on our influencers a lot, our YouTube influencers, our Instagram influencers. So their activity matters as well. So we work very closely with them. You know, you never know what a week's going to look like depending on what mood our influencers are in. So yeah, we keep pushing. It's something that's just, you have to be on all day, every day. You know, you can feel it where things are going. And it's even worse now, you know, the wholesale, you don't feel that as much, but when you got that online retail, that app is on your phone there, and you know what happens at the end of the day, no matter what. You know, it's about like sitting in this combine looking at the bushel coming in. You know exactly if you're doing a good job or not, or what needs to be changed, or what conditions are happening. So
yeah, it's different when you put on your retailer hat, isn't it? It's kind of funny. You know, and Callie, I do want you to answer the holiday question. But Scott, one real quick thing. You said you'd hired a couple of people to help with marketing. How's that working out?
No, we actually didn't. I guess, yeah, you could say marketing. We hired a couple originally from the Winter area. They live out in the Black Hills. Kayla, she has worked with distributors, so she's focused on that right now. We just hired them 2 weeks ago. Her job is working with our grocery stores. And you know, we're in a weird spot where we're moving some product, but we don't have this department, we don't have that department. Nobody, you know, everybody does everything right now. And so that her husband Richie, it's 2021, things are crazy. Our warehouse has shipped out all of our boxes. All the employees quit a month and a half ago, so he is shipping out all of our boxes for us right now. Me and Alex did it 4 weeks in a row. And so then we hired him. He's doing all that. So, but it actually was great for us because now we have quality. Every customer gets treated how they should be. You know, it's the way it is. So it's been challenging to say the least, but our customers are awesome. You know, so.
Yeah, and no 2 weeks the same. Callie, tell me a little bit about the holidays for you folks. What are you looking forward to here?
So what we did is we actually reserved a couple steers in addition to the ones I mentioned earlier that we had state inspected so that we could make these holiday bundles, so that we could, you know, people that maybe didn't get any beef from us this year, they're on the wait list for 2022. They still have a way to get some beef in their freezer from us. So we're really looking forward to designing those and really expanding on that side of things. And then, of course, knowing that beef is on their table, or same as Scott, having, you know, that direct from their ranch meat on the table. It's a really awesome feeling to know that families are together and enjoying something sustainable and healthy like that. So yeah, we're really looking forward to diving into our first holiday season of this. We don't know what to expect. So going in with an open mind, but we're looking forward to it.